Well, so let's do the news. In our first story, there are 4 men living with various forms of disabilities, some with lost limbs and others unable to use their hands. But the 4 have gone beyond their disability to make a living. Well, they are masons building homes for clients in Ghana's capital, Accra. They believe until they help themselves, they will not be able to survive on alms. JoyNews Patricia Rocks and Hammond caught up with them in the suburb of Amasaman of the capital, and our reports.
Meet Eric, Michael, Akwesi and Kweku. They are masons at this construction firm owned by Talent R, an NGO championing the welfare of persons with disability. Like every other mason, they can dig, mix mortar and lay bricks. They will not allow their disability to halt their resolve to work and earn a living.
I don't allow my disability to hinder my daily activities. I cannot beg for alms. I can work like any other able person.
Once I'm disabled, I feel myself like no working. I should sit down quietly. When God call me, that go to this place, somebody will give me money and I will go. But something hit me and told me that no, don't sit down with your disability. Okay. People were there doing something, just try to do something. So I started digging. That was the foundation digging and manhole digging. Okay. With this one leg. I just tried and I saw that it was perfect that I can do than the able people.
So what did them now we fear now we need that so them so be clear to me saying be to me no drone Ghana. I said
disability should never hinder any person who wants to earn a living.
Talent hour, ye bejo, ye do besi baby pa, ye be more di.
Eric is a single leg amputee, so he supports himself with a crutch when he has to mix the mortar. Michael, on the other hand, hops on one foot, while Akwesi has a deformed hand. Kweku has one arm. All these 4 men have one belief: where there is a will, there is a way. Some people are born with disabilities, others become disabled due to an illness or injury, and some develop them as they age. Discrimination against these people is one of the worst social stigmas that society has not been able to overcome. They tell me they were turned down on several occasions when they went to search for jobs.
My brother was working at the Good Mice.
Where?
At Akotia. They are working over there and they call us that we should come. So when I went there, the manager was my co-friend. I just talked to him. I want to work some the way that they did. He told me that because of my leg, he don't allow me because of incident. And I just told him that I have a strength to do. He said no. So later they just rejected me. Then I come back. But
I went in search of a job, but was turned down because of my disability. I assured them I was capable, but they asked me to leave.
Determination is one thing they all have. They believe, like any other able person, they can work perfectly without any hindrance.
I can work more than them because I have strength than them. Even like this concrete that we are coming to miss, I can miss 30 bags only high. Later on, I can even 30 bags a day. Yeah.
And you don't get tired?
No. As I'm standing now, I don't hear any pains that I'm tired or I can continue to even time before. But rather when I close, I just pray. So when I wake up,
using one crutch.
only with this crutch.
I can work like any other able person.
Meet me to foundation. Say
me tete mortar, meet me peja mortar, meet me town blocks.
I can dig, mix mortar, lay bricks. I can even play football. I can run faster than any other able person.
These persons with disability are workers of Talent R. Talent R is a non-governmental organization that prioritizes the needs of persons with disability. Its founder, Samuel Obiansa, is a contractor. He told me he lost his sight for 7 hours when he was a child. The dilemma he went through within those hours moved him to start Talent R to help persons with disability.
All the time, if I see someone begging in the street or if I see anyone who is a disabled. I have some passion. I feel some
passion.
Yeah, for that person, because within about 7 hours or some few minutes I go to that blindness.
You lost your sight.
I lost my sight within that. For about 7 hours. It's not easy.
Talent Hour is out in search of more talent. This time, it is the talent of persons with disability. Samuel Obiang believes persons with disability have many talents when explored will go a long way to help them.
If government can help us, give us some contract like school buildings and some contract, we can employ more of persons with disability to work so that they can fend for themselves.
For JoyNews, Patricia Roxanne Hammond.
A very encouraging story there. As we move on, the Ministry of Roads and Highways has announced the closure of the Legon-Okponglo Road following a caving in of a section of the stretch. The road caved in on Tuesday morning as a result of what officials say was spillage of an underground Ghana water supply line, which weakened the base of the road. Communications manager for Ghana Water, Stanley Marty, says customers in the eastern parts of Accra will be without supplies as a result, but assured ultimate repair works will soon begin.
Main transmission line from Bong right away to our Ponglo Reservoir going through this area. Okay, so you can see what has happened. And what happened was that in the middle of the night, there was a burst on the line. I'm sure, we are yet to ascertain, but I'm sure it's as a result of some high pressures or as a result of some heavy vehicle loaded with maybe some goods, okay, impact on the pipeline. So it gave way and it washed the soil around that area. So obviously when there's a heavy load again, it will cave in, and that is exactly what has happened here. So we saw it, we had information on time, we shut the line down. We've invited in urban roads and all other stakeholders so that we'll block this line and have the entire stretch of pipeline changed.
How long? Sorry.
Yeah, we have invited in urban roads to at least give us alternative routes, because we may have to block this route. So by 8 p.m. tonight, we are going to block it. And then we'll give directions for the alternative routes, and then we'll start work immediately. And we are hopeful that within some 48 hours to 72 hours, we should be able to complete this job. And then urban roads will come in again to asphalt the place, that we can have a perfect road. Yes, the whole area, East Legon, Medina, Adenta area could be affected depending on how we are isolating the line. We are still working on our network to see how best we can isolate a smaller area. But in the meantime, East Legon will be affected, Okponglo area will also be affected. And then the volumes of water into our main reservoir will be affected. So it's going to affect
Where's the main reservoir?
It's at Okponglo, just behind the golf house. Ghana Standards Authority, that area. Then that reservoir serves the entire eastern part of Accra and then the central part of Accra.
Oh, it means the entire eastern Accra will also be affected?
Yes, of course. Okay, and so we'll be working on this till we are done with the job. We are not going to leave the site. And we are hopeful that latest within some 3 days, we should be able to complete the job.
And talking about roads, some residents of Taiman Abokobi here in Accra have taken their destinies into their own hands, mobilizing resources to fix their deplorable road in the community. This, according to them, is because all attempts to get government and the assembly to fix the 3.5-kilometer stretch have fallen on deaf ears, despite the negative impact the state of the road is having on their lives. Ifua Evans Chinnery has been visiting the stretch.
This is Taiman Abokobi, a very busy town. The people here have one major problem: the deplorable nature of their roads. A ride on this bumpy and unmotorable stretch leaves one reeling from all sorts of pain. This is what the people have to endure every day. Raphael Agle is a resident in the community. He tells me they are tired of the lip service the municipal assembly has been paying to them. hence their decision to embark on this project. They raised money and have purchased sand and stones to fill up and compact the 3.5-kilometer stretch of the road.
About a month ago, when it rained, the whole place got flooded and my car was affected, you see. So we're taking upon ourselves the Oak Villa Estate. You know, we have association. So we said we will fix the road ourselves because we can't wait for the government anymore. Because anytime you complain, they will tell us they will come, and nobody comes. So we want to do the road, you know, what we can do. So that's what we are doing now.
How long has it been since you made your intentions known to the MCE of this area?
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we went to speak with her, and then they told us that the road has been awarded already. So they are just waiting for the contractor to mobilize, you know, and then start work. So for now, it's raining every day, and we can't wait for them. Do you see?
They didn't give you any timelines when the contractor will start work?
No, they didn't give us any timeline. So we took it upon ourselves that we are suffering, so we have to do it.
Some commercial drivers are also livid over how this road is affecting their lives.
The road nature is bad. And we went to the assembly, we talked to them. They said the road is under contract. Once the road is under contract, we can't do anything. So sometimes we have to use some of our money responsible to do some filling of photos. That's what we do. But for now, it's beyond us.
Another resident, Frederick Ishring, says something must be done sooner than later.
Then even if there's an emergency where you must drive very fast, this bad nature would slow everything, will slow you down. The president said we should be citizens, not spectators. So we want to get involved. So we put ourselves together to get this road fixed temporarily whilst we wait for the actual work to be done.
The MCE for the area was, however, unavailable to comment on the matter.
Well, let's move on and let's focus our attention on education. And English language education in the Ashanti region is receiving a massive boost with a donation from EPP Books and KNUST to the Otumfuo Charity Foundation. The package of some 5,000 dictionaries worth about 150,000 Ghana cedis is expected to augment stock at the Otumfuo Mobile Learning Project. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah was at the presentation ceremony and our reports.
Otumfuo Charity Foundation seeks to support Ghana's human resource development process to speed up her progress. Over 300,000 students have benefited from the fund since its formation 20 years ago. KNUST Vice Chancellor Professor Kwesi Obridanso and General Manager EPP Books Millicent spoke at the presentation ceremony.
Donation of books worth over almost 100,000 from EPP Books a while ago. We thought that before students can get to the university, they need a foundation, the basics. Knowing very well that Otumfuo is the chancellor of our university and he's championing the Otumfuo Education Fund, there was a need for us to do a similar donation. So on consultation with EPP Books, they decided that this morning they were going to donate a total of 5,000 dictionaries worth 150,000 Ghana cedis to the Otumfuo Education Fund.
We have come to realize that speaking the English language has become a problem for the children of today. And when children write simple compositions, it really is not the best. So we hope that what we have brought will be a seed that has been sown.
Santehene Otumfuo said to the second lauded the gesture he describes as crucial for national development.
Na enyina Ghana adesua no ne beboa man koso aba. Se oman be ye gina adesua so. Enna adesua so nya na adesua na emo se de be ya nimdie no beba no beboa me ye de aye Ghana ma ye. Ti sa ne ma we no na beboa ma sɛbe nkwalaa no nya saa nimdeɛ na yɛhwehwɛ no.
Reporting for JoyNews, Percy Debra.
And before we go, the Congo Senior High School in the Nabdam district of the Upper East region will remain closed for at least another 2 weeks, while the committee set up to investigate a riot incident that led to a closure of the school on Monday continues its work. The Sandema Senior High Technical School, on the other hand, in the Bulsa North district of that same region, will also remain closed for the same period for investigations into other related incidents to continue. Upper East Regional Correspondent Albert Sorry has more on the story.
Was revealed by the Upper East Regional Minister Paulina Abayage after she held a crisis meeting with heads of second cycle schools on Tuesday. The spate of riots in second cycle institutions in the Upper East region had become a matter of security concern for the regional minister, who earlier Tuesday summoned all heads of senior high schools to the meeting. On Monday, the Congo Senior High School in the Nabdam district was closed down following riots by students of a school. The riots are said to have been started by students of two ethnic groups in the school after a disagreement ensued between them. This came only a week after the Sandema Senior High Technical School was shut down following a riot that led to the death of one student. There have been many of such riots in the last 1 year in several other schools. Upper East Regional Minister Paulina Bayage briefed journalists in the region.
Yesterday we had Congo Senior High closed down. Sandema, we are informed, was as a result of cadets taking charge to discipline students, which didn't go well. So the students rioted. Just the day before yesterday in the night, Congo Senior High students misbehaved. In fact, that's the dangerous part among all this, because it took ethnic lines. We are told talented students fought Frafra students. That's amazing, because they are cousins. Maybe we should bring one opportunity to sit down and talk to them.
She also shared their recommendations after the meeting.
We shouldn't use the cadets to supervise our students. We have prefects that have been elected, and we are expecting that as teachers and as heads of institutions, we will work with our teachers and the prefects together so that we will empower these students, these prefects, to be doing some of the supervisory work. But we also agree as teachers that we need to do more in our own supervisory work. One, supervise the teachers who have been given authority, like form masters, house masters, senior house mistresses and masters and all that. We need to supervise them as heads of institutions.
We can also listen to the Upper East Regional Education Director, Augustina Yirezan, who has been cautioning teachers on how to handle senior high school students.
Open up all the communication lines and involve them in school administration. For the first years, for the double track schools, currently the final years have completed the second years at home, so the first years. So we want to suggest that the class prefects, whom the students themselves elected to be their leaders, and those they are elected to represent them at the SRC, they should be the leaders of the institutions, and the school management should work with these leaders instead of the cadets, so that they are able to instill discipline and communicate what management wants students to comply with.
Albert Sorry's report for JoyNews.
And that's it for the latest news headlines we have. But we're doing a review of the newspapers next. We'll look at stories dominating the front, back pages, and the center spreads of the dailies. Stay with us. We also want to say that you can get interactive. And for all the comments you would want to make on all the relevant discussions dominating our content, make sure that you add the hashtag JoyNews. In the meantime, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll review the newspapers.